Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I had these old curtain hooks and they were in my house when I bought it 8 years ago, and I've had them ever since. Wasn't quite sure what to do with them. So today I thought I'd make a key hook out of them. So I took a skid from a pallet that I'd broken up and I decided to make the length 20 inches as I have a mirror that this is going to go underneath, which is also 20 inches, so I thought it would match nicely. So the first thing I did was marked up and cut with a miter saw. I then wanted to find the centre of the wood so that when I put the hooks on I could line them up neatly. So I measured the centre and I made a few marks. And I then took a ruler to join up all these marks. So to space the hooks out, I decided to space them at 4-inch intervals from each other. And to connect the coat hook to the wall, I spaced the pilot holes 1.5 inches from the edge. So now to pilot the holes, I set the bit to the same length as the screw inside the hooks, and that's because they're quite long and I didn't want them to snap inside the wood. And you can see there I'm drilling the 2 holes at the end, which are for the screws that are going to connect it to the wall. So then I've gone in with a bigger bit so that the screw can move easily inside there. So it was then time to give it all a nice sanding down, and for that I used 80 grit paper, and I didn't go any finer with it. It was fairly smooth at the end. I didn't want it to be too smooth, I wanted it to look a bit rustic still. So I went around the whole thing and the edges too. So it was then time to give the wood a finish, and for that I used some wax, and it was called Black Bison wax. Because this wood was from a pallet, I have no idea what kind of wood it is, but it's got quite a subtle grain. So after the first coat I buffed it off, and I then added a second coat later on. So now it's time to add those hooks. And these hooks are probably quite old, as they were in my house when I moved in 8 years ago, so they're probably well over 10 years old. And now I'm just giving it a final polishing. And that's it so far. Now it was time to add the fixing screws. So I used like a brass coloured screw to keep the theme, and I used little washers as well. So now it was time to put it on the wall, and you can see the mirror there. I'm just going to put it underneath there, and this is in the hallway. And the plan is to put things like house keys, car keys, and face masks. So I used a level, drilled a couple of marks. I then made a larger hole with a bigger drill bit, ready for the wall plug to go into. And I then just used a screwdriver to attach it. So there it is, all finished. I was quite pleased with how it turned out. It's nice to repurpose some old hooks that were originally for hanging tie-backs on curtains. And it's really functional and nice. So if you like the video, please leave a like. Please also comment and consider subscribing if you haven't already for more videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.